good to have you back on my channel. Today we're going to be drafting a bucket hat pattern from scratch. So first things first, we're going to take our round head measurements. Don't forget to put 2 fingers in it as you're taking the measurements. Next, we're going to input our measurements on our pattern paper. First, we're going to fold our pattern paper into 4 equal parts. Then we're going to divide our head circumference by 6.28. My head circumference was 24, divided by 6.28 is 3.8 something, but then I rounded it up to 4, so I'm going to put 4 in my pattern paper. That is, I'm going to start from the edge of the folded part of the paper and mark 4 round it. After marking out 4, I'm going to connect the dots, and then that's basically it for the crown part of the bucket hat. So I'm just going to highlight it so that you guys can see, and then I'm going to cut. After cutting it out, we're going to have a full circle. So I'm just going to notch the parts that I have to notch so that I don't forget when I'm cutting it on my fabric. So basically our crown part is ready. Next we're going to the body. For this part, we're going to divide our head measurement by 2, which is 24 divided by 2, which is 12. So we're going to use 12 for our length and then 3 inches for the width of the body. This is basically a rectangle, a measured rectangle. So we're just going to put in the measurements, and then that's all for the body. You can go ahead and add your allowance so that you don't have to worry about it while you're cutting on your fabric. Before I forget, one part is going to be cut on fold, so it's best to add your allowance so that you know which part is going to be cut on fold. Also, don't forget to label it so that you know the part that you're cutting on fold. Anyways, if you watch the video, you're going to see how I do mine. For this part of the bucket hat, which is the flare, we're going to be dividing our head measurement by 3.14. So we're going to mark it like the way we did for the crown, but we're not going to use the top part. Instead, we're going to follow from the part where we marked round, and then from there we're going to mark 2.5 inches downwards or 3 inches downwards, depending on how you want. Me, I use 3 inches because I like my flare covering most of my face. So it depends on you. You can choose any one you want, either 2.5 or 3. So we're going to just put in all the measurements. Once I trace out the dots, I'm going to mark 3 inches downwards. So just watch the video. I hope you understand. Also, one part is going to be cut on fold, and then once you label it, you go ahead and add allowance to the other part of the flare. So if you've gotten this far, your bucket hat has a very bright future. That if you have a circle, a rectangle, and quarter of a circle, which is our flare. So if you have all these and they look the same, your bucket hat has a very bright future. So that's basically it for our patterns. So I'm going to leave a link in the description box of how I sewed my own bucket hats using this pattern, so feel free to check it out. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.